Good morning, students. Today's lecture is on the levels of structural organization of the human body. And we have several levels of structural organization that we'll be looking at today. We start off at the chemical level with atoms and molecules. Then we move up to the cellular level to cells and their interior organelles, such as mitochondria and the nucleus. Then from there, groups of cells will end up forming tissues. At the next level, different types of tissues will come together to form organs, such as the blood vessels or the heart. And then different organs will come together to form an organ system. Organ systems such as the cardiovascular system or the endocrine system or the respiratory system. All systems we'll be studying in this class this year. And then finally, those different organ systems work together to form the organism, in this case, the human body. So let's take a look at that. Here again, we start off at the chemical level with atoms and molecules. The key molecules that we'll be working with in this class are proteins, lipids, carbohydrates, and nucleic acids such as DNA and RNA. And those atoms and molecules, they come together to form the organelles, which make up cells. And cells are the basic structural unit of life. And then cells, similar groups of cells, will come together to form tissue. And then different tissues will come together to form an organ. And then different organs will come together to form an organ system. And then finally, organ systems work together to form the organism. Let's take a closer look at each one of these. Again, we're starting off at the chemical level with atoms and molecules. And again, the four biological macromolecules that you'll have to know in this class are proteins, lipids, carbohydrates, and nucleic acids. Then from there, we work our way up to the cellular level. Again, cellular levels are the basic unit of life. And in this case, in this example, we have a smooth muscle cell. Smooth muscle cells will then come together, and smooth muscle cells will form smooth muscle tissue. And of course, smooth muscle tissue lines our gastrointestinal tract. It lines our respiratory tract. It also turns out it's found in all of our blood vessels. At the next level, then, we are taking different tissues and forming organs. Notice here is a blood vessel, and in this case the blood vessel is composed of epithelial tissue that lines the inside of the blood vessel, that's surrounded by this muscle tissue, and then finally all of that is surrounded by the connective tissue. So here we see that several different tissues end up working together to form an organ, in this case the blood vessel. Then at the next level, different organs come together and work together to form an organ system. In this case, we're looking at the cardiovascular system, which is composed of blood vessels and the heart. And then last, different organ systems will work together to form the organism. And we have several organ systems in our body that we'll be looking at this semester. For the first semester, in particular, we'll be looking at the muscular system and the nervous system. So finally, just to review one more time, we start off at the chemical level. At the chemical level, we work our way up to the cellular level. And then groups of similar cells form the tissue. And then different tissues work together to form an organ. And then different organs work together to form an organ system. And then several organ systems work together to form the organism, in our case, the human body. Thank you.